Hi guys, it's LpsHoney and welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the very anticipated Wave 3 pet pairs. I have all 4 sets behind me and I did a poll a little while ago asking you guys which of the new Wave 3 pets you wanted to see me unbox first out of 3 options, and the pet pairs won by a landslide. So we're going to be opening up all 4 of the packs. I'm going to show you all the designs and give you my honest review. We're going to be taking a look at the quality as well, and because there are some main 5 pets in these pet pairs, I will be doing a comparison to the G2 counterparts. So without further ado, let's look at the pet pairs. So I have both packaging types, the blind and regular. So the reason I have both types of packaging is because these were sent to me by Basic Fun to review, so thank you so much to them. But I'm going to be straight up with you all. I prefer this pet pair packaging, the traditional packaging where you can see the pets and accessories in the window. So for me, having the packaging like this is 10 times better than this. Now I will say this blind box-esque packaging for the pet pairs is cute, but I just prefer when you can actually see the pets, especially if you're paying a higher price. So far, these pet pairs have been spotted in Walmart in the US, and pretty much all of the posts I've seen about them have been these blind box-esque packaging. Now, does that mean that this blind box packaging is going to be everywhere? No, I don't think so. I don't know which countries are going to get which right now, and if I do find out, I'll make sure to put it in a pinned comment down below. But if I were to make an educated guess, I'd say European countries or any other countries that have banned blind boxes will most likely get the traditional pet pairs packaging like this one here. Places like the US, maybe even Australia, will get this blind packaging. Now that's just me guessing. It could end up being a store exclusive instead. I don't know yet. Another thing I want to mention about this blind box type packaging is that they technically aren't blind boxes, because you can still tell which pet you're getting depending on the paw print at the front. So as you can see in front of me, these 2 blind boxes have different paw prints on the front. One is green and one is orange, and that paw print color correlates with what pets are inside. Fortunately, there's no guide anywhere on the back of the packaging to show you which paw print is which pack, so unless you get the information online or know somebody who's already bought them, you are going in blind. I know for a fact one of these sets is the Collie set and the other is the Cocker Spaniel set, so I will let you guys know all the correlating paw prints to pet packs, so you can have a bit of an easier time hunting these down if you want a specific set. But now that we've had a little talk about the packaging and some of the locations they've started showing up, let's get into actually opening these packs up. I'm going to start with this Ladybug and Dalmatian set. Here's the back of the packaging for anyone interested. There's a total of 4 pet pair packs, so like I said, we'll be opening all 4 today, but just looking at them, I love all the designs in this wave. I think this is probably their best designs for pet pairs they've done so far. And if you're looking for this pack in store with the blind box packaging, here is the correlating paw print color. So nervous. I hope the quality of these is good. Also, all of these pet pairs are ES. Inside is our collector's guide. We got the Ladybug for this one. It also comes with a Wave 3 coin, which you can redeem at LpsHoney.com/play for the Roblox game. And our juicy new pamphlet. You guys always know I show these when we get a new one, so let's take a quick look through. So on one side of the pamphlet, we get a bunch of the blind box pets that then slowly transition into the pet pairs and the start of the pet trios. On the back, we get the different personalities, rarities, and levels, as well as the continuation of the pet trios into the bigger play sets. And then, of course, some information about their website and the Roblox game. Besides the main 5s coming back in the pet pairs, I really can't wait to open the blind boxes as well. There are so many good designs. So all of our Wave 3 pet pairs come with 3 accessories. This pack here comes with a picnic basket, a slice of watermelon, and a slice of pizza. Pretty standard accessories overall, but I do like the color of the picnic basket. And then we have our 2 pets, and I love these 2. I want to say it right now. They have finally fixed the issue with white pets. If you guys have followed my journey with G7 LPS, you will know in Wave 1 and Wave 2, Basic Fun for some reason could not match the white plastic between the head and the body. It happened in Wave 1 with the Blind Box Bunny, it happened in Wave 2 with the Pet Trios Bunny and Zebra, but finally in Wave 3 with this Dalmatian, the head and body finally freaking match. I am so happy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I encourage you to go back and watch those videos because so many of the white pets from Wave 1 and 2 had a kind of creamy yellowish body and a pure white head, but this Dalmatian finally has a pure white body and head, and I'm so happy about it. Like, look at him. He is gorgeous. He also doesn't have the kind of bug-eyed look that a lot of this dog mold has, so I'm very happy about that. And of course, the more neutral color being black and white, a traditional Dalmatian look. This one's personality type is this little heart on its head, which I think is so cute and subtle. Love it. As for quality control, we are off to a solid start with this guy because he looks amazing. I can't see any paint out of the lines, no smudges or anything like that. Little head squishiness test, I'd say he's about the same feel as Wave 1 and 2, so nothing super squishy or bad, but definitely still a little bit softer than your traditional G2 pet. People have told me in the community though that if your pet does come with a squishy head, it will harden over time. I don't know how accurate that is, I haven't put it to the test myself, but I am very happy with this Dalmatian. Handsome fella for sure. Even though he does have eyelashes, it's definitely giving me a more masculine vibe, which I love getting more masculine pets. They are so handy for videos, so big thumbs up for the first pet. Now the other pet is this ladybug, and her eyes are massive. I'm honestly not sure how to feel about that. I feel like they're a tad too big, just for me personally. Everything else about her looks great. You know, this is our first G7 ladybug, a return of a classic mold, so I'm really happy to see it come back, and I think they did a really great job. I just think the eyes are a teeny tiny bit too big. Like, she's really just staring at me. It's like when you see a toddler out in public in the shops and they're just like hyper focused on you. But big eyes aside, I do like how this pet looks, and like I said, it's our first G7 ladybug and I'm very impressed. Like, they did a good job. The little personality type, again, little hearts, this time on the cheek. And the overall paint job seems pretty solid. I can't really see any major flaws anywhere. This one's head actually feels harder than the Dalmatian. I can barely squish it at all. And overall, I think the color choice and design are pretty solid. I believe it is similar to a previous G2 pet, so you honestly can't really go wrong with the design. And I'm just happy to see this mold come back. The longer Basic Fun produces these G7 LPS, the more molds we're sure to get, so I am always happy to see a new mold, even if it isn't my favorite LPS mold of all time. I love when they expand because it's nice to just not get the same pet in different colors over and over again. And speaking of old molds coming back, let's open up one of our blind pet pairs. This will either contain the Collie or the Cocker Spaniel, which marks the return of one of the main 5 molds. Obviously, I don't know what it is yet because it is blind, but this one here is the green paw print. I know a lot of people like to open these from the top, but I personally like to open them from the bottom. I just feel like it kind of preserves the box better so I can use it for crafts later on. So interestingly, the pets are even wrapped in tissue paper, so even when you open them, you still don't know what you get till you fully unwrap them, which I just find so weird. I guess it's a method to protect paint transfer and stuff like that, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of this blind box packaging for pet pairs. You guys get that by now. But if we take a look at our card, the green paw print pack is the Collie pack. So there you have it. If you're looking for the Collie and Cow pack, look for the green paw print. I love the background they use for this pet. I know it's just like stock image backgrounds, but I think it looks so cute. It's like he's living on a little farm in the valley. And here's our Roblox code included inside. So this set's accessories are actually quite unique. The name of this set is Cowabunga, so I thought maybe it would come with like surf accessories, but instead we get a little hat, a frappe, and a strawberry cheesecake. Two of these are brand new accessories we've never seen before, and I think they look fantastic. And this cowboy hat is actually a returning accessory from G2. I love seeing new accessories from Basic Fun, so I'm a big fan of these. But let's get on to the pets. I've already opened our little cow here, which looks fantastic already. But I thought we can reveal the collie together. You can get my initial, very first reaction looking at it, because I'm nervous. You know, this is the first G7 collie we are ever getting. I am praying it's good, but let's find out together and see. Oh, I have some thoughts. So here they are together. We have the return of the cow, another first time mold for G7 coming back, and the collie. Let's talk about the cow quickly because I have a lot of good things to say about this cow. I want to say I love this cow. Okay, the gradient around the mouth, they hit the nail on the head. It is perfect. And just the overall color choices are so pretty. I can't say anything bad about the design. I love it. Once again, just like the Dalmatian and Ladybug, I can't see any major paint flaws, and overall it's just a beautiful design. I am an absolute sucker for green eyes, and I think they just look so good against this kind of dark magenta color that they have going on, and then the light pink in the ears and the mouth is just mwah, perfect. And again, just like the Dalmatian, they have perfectly matched the white on the head to the white on the body, so I am a happy customer. Also, because this is a new 2024 Basic Fun mold of the cow, I'm not having any issues standing it up. A lot of my cows from G2 are kind of wobbly on their feet, but this one's standing up great, so whatever they've done to the feet, maybe they've increased the size slightly or whatever it is working, and I'm really happy about that. Head squishiness wise, this one is a little squishier than the other two I just unboxed, so there is that. But if I'm being completely honest, I'm such a lover of this overall design, it really doesn't bother me that much. Let's talk about the collie in this pack, because this is our first G7 collie, and I personally think it needs some improvements. Now I am going to be a little lenient because, like I said, it's our first collie back. There is room and time to grow, but I definitely think there needs to be changes. So let me start off by saying that I think the eyes are too small. They're either too small or too close together. I can't quite put my finger on what the issue is, but it's definitely something to do with the eyes. On top of that, I think the gradient around the mouth leading up the forehead is just a little messy. It's solid, but then gradient on top of it, and it just looks a bit odd. Everything else about this pet design-wise, like the back of it, the whole body in general, looks pretty good, and I have no complaints there. My main issues really do just stem from the eyes and overall face design. So I bought two G2 collies to compare to this one. I bought this one here because it is a paw-up collie, so it has the same body type. And then I also bought this one because it is a newer G2 design, and it also shares kind of a similar color palette. Looking at them side by side, I actually think it's a combination of what I said earlier. The eyes on the new collie are too small and too close together. I really think that's the main letdown here for me. Everything else I'm pretty happy and content with. For example, if we compare the bodies between the paw-up G2 and G7, they've nailed it. Like, the body is perfect. The only change I can really see that they've made to the body is making the paws a bit bigger at the back, which overall makes it more stable, and I like that. From the back, this pet looks great. I really do like the color choices and overall design they made, but I really do think the face card lets it down, which definitely is a shame because I really did like this pet, but I definitely think they need to make the eyes bigger and kind of fix the gradient issue. Which is so weird because they did the gradient perfectly on the cow and then somehow messed it up on the collie. I'll admit, the more I look at the pet, the less I can see the issues with the eyes. And then as soon as I put it next to a G2, I'm like, oh, the eyes are way too small and close together. Moving past the eyes and the gradient issue, which are my biggest gripes, the rest of the pet looks great. Like I said, I am a fan of the colors they chose. The overall design in general looks great. Head squishiness, there's pretty much none. I will say mine has a little dent in its ear. Not too sure what that's about. But there she is. Oh, while we have her out, let me put the hat on real quick. Okay, tell me why I like it more with the hat on. Howdy y'all, this is the cowboy hat that comes with this set and I really like it. It definitely sits a bit high, but I think it looks cute. Hopefully the Cocker Spaniel in our next Pet Pairs set doesn't have the issue with the eyes, so let's find out. So this is our next set. It is another blind pack, but it is the orange paw design, and that orange paw correlates to the Cocker Spaniel and Scottish Fold kitten. I'm so excited for this pack, so let's hope there's no issues with this one and get opening. And once again, if you're looking for the Cocker Spaniel, look for the orange paw. Ah, cute! We got the Scottish Fold little card. Look at him on his little like sofa. It's so cute. And here is the Roblox coin inside. So this set has pretty standard accessories. We get a little rope toy, a little mouse, and a food bowl. The name of the set is Lookalikes, which has nothing to do with the accessories and more with the fact that the pets are both calico designs. I gotta say, I love this little mouse accessory. It's such a cute little thing. Much like the collie, I'm gonna open both of these on screen with you guys because A, I'm excited for the Scottish Fold, and B, it's a new Cocker Spaniel, so I want to show my first kind of reaction for both of them. You can kind of already see that this is the Cocker Spaniel, so let's get it open. Ooh, okay, I am liking her. Let's open our Scottish Fold as well, and then we'll take a look at both of them. Boom. Oh, she is a little bug-eyed and has some plastic on her. Okay, here they are. First impressions right off the bat. Cocker Spaniel, amazing. 10 out of 10. The Scottish Fold, I have some thoughts about, but let's talk about the Cocker Spaniel first. So I love her. She is my everything. I am not afraid to say this may be my favorite from the Pet Pairs. Are we looking at her right now? This is a gorgeous pet, and this is how you do a return to main fives. I'm sorry, Collie, but the Cocker Spaniel is eating you up right now. Love the colors. It is a combination of orange, white, and gray. I'm really surprised they went with gray instead of brown like most calico designs, but I do like it. I feel like it's quite unique because of that. It also has these stupidly cute little freckles on the face. Like, I love them so much. And the eye color is this beautiful deep foresty green. Another just amazing choice. Like, the design for this Cocker Spaniel could not be any more perfect for me. Giving her a quick 360, I will say that there is a little bit of bleeding of the colors on the back. This is just a manufacturing thing and it's not super bad, so I personally am not the most annoyed about it, but I still wanted to point it out that there is a little bleeding of the orange color outside of the lines. Besides that, the rest of the paint is looking perfect, and especially on the face where I feel like it matters the most, it's looking great. I do have a G2 Cocker Spaniel with me. I think it's safe to say that there's definitely a bit of inspiration taken from this G2 Cocker Spaniel here, mainly being the dividing of the colors on the head, even though it's both brown, and of course the freckles. I will say, now that I have them side by side, the Cocker Spaniel also has smaller eyes than the original G2 design, just like the collie. However, I think it's not as noticeable, mainly because the G2 Cocker Spaniel has such big eyes. You can kind of get away with shrinking them a bit on the new mold. Like, the eyes are smaller, but they don't look bad, and they're not closer together like the collie, so I don't mind at all. It also looks like the new Cocker Spaniel lost a little bit of its fluff around the chest. It just looks a little smaller, so that may have been a change they made with the body as well. But I kind of don't mind any of the changes I'm seeing. They're nothing major, and unlike the collie, they don't make the pet look super different, so I can't complain at all. I think it's a really, really good main five. My favorite so far that I've seen out of Wave 3. Obviously that might change when I open more in the future, but as of right now, she is definitely sitting on top. Head squishiness for this one is pretty normal. Not super squishy, but also not super hard. But let's move on to her little look-alike, the brand new Scottish Fold mold. And she's seen some things. So unfortunately, this new mold has the bug-eyed curse, which a lot of G7 pets tend to have, where the original image of the pet has normal looking eyes, but then the released version has eyes looking in two different directions. It's something we've seen before, a lot of the times with the Dalmatian mold, but it seems like they've done it with this new Scottish Fold mold, and I'm not a fan of it. I'm definitely going to repaint the eye shines to be pointing in the same direction, just like the original official image. But besides that, I do like the design. This is a brand new mold, just like the axolotl and French bulldog mold previously, so I'm gonna be freaking scoping this guy out. I want to know if it's good or not, and based on everything I've seen, I do really like it. Now it does seem to have a little plastic stuck on the head here. I may just be able to like pick this off. Yeah, okay. Not too sure what's up with that, but it just looks like a little bit of plastic from the manufacturing process got stuck to its face. Let's talk about the actual mold, because I think it's adorable. A lot of people have said that the forehead's too big, which is kind of a common theme with the new G7 molds like the axolotl and French bulldog, but I think it kind of works with this pet solely because I think it's meant to be a kitten, and a lot of the time baby animals got big heads. It really gives off this cutesy look, and I love the body mold so much. It's so cute, the little sitting pose with the paw raised. It almost looks like it's trying to imitate the Cocker Spaniel's mold, which would make sense because they're lookalikes. But I love this pet. I also love the tiny little ears being, I think, a Scottish Fold mold because they have traditionally small folded over ears. And a really cute detail I wanted to point out to you guys is that the paw underneath is actually painted as well. Just like the Cocker Spaniel, it seems like there's a little bit of bleeding of the color on the orange side, so I'm guessing it's just the paint they're using. Like this specific color may take a little longer to dry, so it's bleeding into the white a bit. Again, nothing super major, and it doesn't bother me that much, but I wanted to point it out to you guys. But my honest opinion of this brand new mold, I love it. I think out of the axolotl, French bulldog, and now Scottish Fold, this has been the best new mold that they've introduced, at least in my opinion. That doesn't mean I don't like the other ones, I just think this one's the cutest. If we take away the bug eye design that for some reason they changed to look like this, it's perfect in my eyes. Of course, you know I had to put it next to my mascot as a calico pet myself. It's kind of weird to see that it's bigger than my mascot. My mascot is so freaking tiny, I forget sometimes, and the fact that this is meant to be like a little kitten, at least I think it is, it's weird that it's bigger than my mascot. Now, as much praise as I have been singing our little Scottish Fold kitten, there is one downside, and that's the head squishiness, because she is like a rubber duck. I don't know why this pet specifically, but like, look at that, y'all. I want to reiterate, this may just be my design. Maybe my one didn't get baked long enough and he came out a little doughy, and so the head is a bit squishy. But I still wanted to point out to you guys that as much as I love this pet, it does have a pretty squishy head, at least my one. But here they are together, definitely my favorite pet pairs pack. Hands down, no debate, this is my favorite. The accessories, so far, I'd probably have to give it to the collie pack, but just looking at the pets, these two are the best. The G7 Cocker Spaniel is a perfect return to the classic G2 design. Even though there are a few slight little changes, I think they've done it justice and I love it. And I really do like this new Scottish Fold mold, and I really hope they continue to use it with different color palettes in the future. But let's move on to our final pet pairs pack. This is the treasure hunt pack, and it is another one where I can actually see what I'm getting. So I will put the corresponding paw print color on screen. So if you're looking for this pack within the blind box packaging, this is the color you want to look for. This pack, just like the other pet pairs, brings back some new designs that we haven't seen yet in G7, and that is the hermit crab and octopus. Not the most popular molds in LPS, but I for one am so happy to see them return. I think the octopus looks adorable, so I'm very excited to see what it looks like out of the box. I feel like in general these are two very nostalgic molds, so they really just feel G2 to me. So for our final card we got the octopus, which I'm very happy about because this is a pet I've really been looking forward to. And of course our Roblox coin. I also wanted to mention that they're using the Wave 3 panda on these coins, and I really like that. I like that each Waves coin has had a new panda design on it. I think that it's just a cute little detail. So this is called the treasure hunt pack, like I said before, and the accessories are pretty fitting. We have a clam with a pearl, a little bucket, and I think it's meant to be a shovel, but they've actually used a little rowboat oar for the shovel instead. But overall, decent accessories, they fit the theme, and I really do like the colors. And yes, for anyone interested, the clam can close. Oh my god, they're so cute. So here's our octopus and hermit crab, and for me, the hermit crab is very nostalgic. It was one of the first kind of G2 LPS that I got, so I'm so happy they brought these molds back. I'll start off with the octopus because I love this one's design. The colors I think are absolutely beautiful, and I love that they went the little extra mile with the bow on the head with the star. Instead of just making it fully yellow, they actually put a little bit of teal in the middle as well, which I don't know. I think it just adds a little extra to the pet. This one's personality mark, I think, are all these little squiggles on its head. I don't really know what the personality is, or maybe it's the star on the bow. I really don't know. But I like it. It's very oceanic looking. I don't know, I just like how it looks. The pet itself though looks great. The painting is pretty much immaculate. I'm not seeing any major errors anywhere. My one seems to have a little ink dot on its forehead, nothing major, but it is there. And I really like that they painted the tentacles underneath as well, so it's not just a bland purple body. There is a bit of color and a bit more effort put into it. I also just like the octopus mold because unlike the fish LPS, even though it's an underwater animal, the head still bobbles. And I just love the pet. I really can't say anything bad about it. It looks like a G2 pet. I honestly feel like if you had told me this was a G2 pet design that I hadn't seen before, I'd believe you because they really nailed this one. The head squishiness is pretty much not there. I really am struggling to squish this one at all, so good and sturdy. Oh, and another thing, the body color is matte, but they've used kind of like a glossy paint on the bow, so it really nicely stands out against the pet. I just really like this octopus LPS, can you tell? So going along with our octopus, we have the return of the hermit crab, and I think he looks great. From my understanding, he is kind of a reproduction of a G2 design. The colors aren't exact, but the whole pattern on his claws and everything is definitely similar. But I think he looks really good. I think the orange color they chose is really nice, very nostalgic G2 hermit crab color. I like that they put the personality marks on the shell, and all the stars seem really well printed on, which I'm surprised because the shell has texture, you know, it has little lines and grooves in it, but all of the stars are printed on really well. They're not warped or anything. I'm so glad they didn't change like the eye shape or anything like that. It is really just a G2 hermit crab in all its glory. And this one's head is literally rock solid. Like, I cannot squish it at all. Love this pet so much. This is probably my second favorite set, which I know is quite surprising because we literally have a set with a collie in it, but I don't know, it's just, this is such a nostalgic pack. I'm so glad they didn't change anything about these molds. Like, they are literally the same. So even though I've had some comments about some of the other molds, I'm very happy that these two have remained true to the original G2s. And there you have it. Yes, I am wearing the cowboy hat. Okay, so what are my final thoughts about the pet pairs? In general, I really like them. The quality seems really good on most of the pets, and a lot of the issues I had with Wave 2 seem to be resolved with the ones I got. Things like the whites not matching, or there being lots of paint errors, printing errors, things like that, I can't really see in these pet pairs. Sure, there's a little bit of mishap here or there, but that's kind of normal. The major issues that I and a lot of people had with Wave 2 seem to be resolved, or at least being worked on with this new Wave 3, so I am so happy about that. All of the pets felt really good quality, and I liked all of the designs we got. I think the only disappointment for me is the collie. I don't like what they've done with the eyes. I think they need to be slightly bigger and slightly further apart. I don't even know if that's something they can do now that the mold is in production, but if they can, that's a change I would personally love to see. Every other pet in this pack pretty much looked amazing. From the colors to the molds to the printing, I liked everything about them. And I'm so happy to say that. I know we had a lot of issues with Wave 2, but after opening these pet pairs, I am very, very happy and hopeful. Like I mentioned, I really don't like the decision to make pet pairs blinds, especially when you can't see the quality of the pets you're getting. Especially when it comes to this collie. Maybe there's a better printed one out there, but if it's in a blind box, you're not gonna know. So I have to be honest and say, I really don't like the blind box choices, and I hope that's not something that becomes the norm, and they just kind of stick to the traditional pet pair packaging from Wave 1 and 2, where you can actually see the pets through the little window. Besides my issues with the collie's design and the blind box packaging, everything else was amazing, and I'm so happy with them. Obviously, this was just my experience, so I recommend you also check out other people's unboxings to see their opinions, so you can form your own based on information gathered from multiple sources. But if you want to know whether or not I recommend these pet pairs, definitely I do think they're worth it, and I am so happy with the ones I got. Like I said, at the time of recording this video, the pet pairs have currently been spotted in Walmart in the US, so I assume within the coming few months they will be rolled out in more countries across the world. I really hope this video was informative, showing you the quality and also my opinions on the new pet pairs. In case you guys forgot, I will also leave in the description down below a guide to the paw prints, so you know which color matches which set. And of course, there'll also be a link to the LpsHoney website if you want some more information about these sets. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I can't wait to open more Wave 3 pets. Second place in the poll I held was the blind boxes, so look forward to that coming soon. From what I've seen, the blind boxes are looking great, so I am so eager to see what they're like in person. Let me know in the comments down below which of the pet pairs was your favorite, and will you be picking them up? If so, what sets? I definitely love the Calico Lookalike set. That is hands down my favorite, but I want to hear what you guys like as well. And also let me know your opinion on the collie. Do you agree with what I said with the eyes being a bit small and close together? Or do you think it looks fine? I'm really interested to see what everyone has to say about it down below. But I'm gonna leave this video here. So if you enjoyed, please don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. Until then, bye guys!